I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the updates in the Lesandro Guzman-Feliz case, the case that has touched so many of us across the U.S. Very heartbreaking story. A lot of murals went up over the weekend. They were completed. I'm going to be in the city next week. I live on Long Island in New York, and I would like to go visit one of them, pay my respects to Junior. Um, I heard on the news tonight that I'm just reading from my notes. Diego Suero, 29-year-old, a supposed leader of the Trinitarios gang, was arrested, and he's being charged like the others with murder and gang activity and stuff like that. And somebody else, I did not get a name, but so altogether 10 people have been arrested in the case so far. Three of the inmates, they had to move to, I guess, a closed down unit. I've heard rumors that Rikers Island is being shut down. A co-worker's husband is a corrections officer there. Allegedly, it's supposed to be shut down. And they moved them to like a closed wing that usually houses 50 inmates because they're getting death threats from their own gang and other Hispanic gangs for bringing heat onto them. Um, so now they fear for their life. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. Um, Again, the young lady who is in the sex tape that allegedly, supposedly set Junior up, she's getting police protection. It's just something doesn't sit right with me about this. Um, it just doesn't sit right with me. I understand that they have to go through the trial. They deserve their due process. But what are we going to do to protect our kids? Before, I'm going to be honest with you, before this Junior case, yes, I've heard of the gang MS-13. You know, we've heard of the Blood, we've heard of the Crips. So gangs are nothing new. Okay, these gangs have been around. Um, Something's got to change. When we go vote, we have to get our priorities in order. And the children are the future, and our youth are being cut down and killed, okay, before they can even become something, okay? Something has got to change where we protect our kids. We're protecting these criminals. We got to protect our kids so there's not another Lysandra, okay? We have to do something to change this. It's just really sickening to me. This case is still sickening to me. Again, I try to stay away from it and I just keep coming back to it. They're saying that the chase started behind St Barnabas Medical Center. They have camera footage that they've been studying that has not been released to the public yet, of him being chased, okay? And he ran out of his shoes. They found his shoes a couple of blocks back. I always wondered when he was being dragged out. Of course, I seen he had no shoes, but I thought he lost his shoes in the bodega. But apparently he lost his shoes during the chase. Now, all of a sudden, the motive has changed. They didn't go after him because of the sex tape. And I think that's to cover up and help this girl out because she's having police supervision, okay? She's under the police protection, okay? So they're trying to say that that had nothing to do with it. Apparently, the Trinitarios gang was out riding around looking for rivals, and Lysandro seen them and started to run. Now, obviously, this kid went downstairs to give somebody $5, which I think was a setup, okay? I'm not buying this new spin that they're trying to say. So this kid felt comfortable to go outside at night by himself to meet somebody to give them money. And apparently he was 3 blocks away from the bodega. That's when the chase started behind that hospital, okay? So in the city, I don't know where you guys are from, but if you're in New York City, there's cars going by all the time, okay? There's people always outside. Why would he, when he sees people in a car, why would he start running? I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I believe he was set up. I believe it does have something to do that with that sex tape, mistaken identity. And I believe they seen him. They probably were riding around looking for him. Or they knew, like I said, a setup. They knew where he was going to be. They knew he was going to be outside. And I believe that's what it's all about. I don't understand why they want to spin the story now. Same thing with the owner coming forward to say he was trying to help him. I watched the tape again right before I started to film this video. And if you look at it closely, tell me what you think. I think when Junior was trying to jump over the counter, he was holding him back. Then, and I believe, like I told you in my last video, I do believe he was caught off guard. Don't get me wrong. I do believe he was caught off guard. I believe he was counting money. They were getting ready to close. Junior runs in. And I believe for a second, he was not pulling him over. He was pushing him back, okay? He says he called 911 twice. I think he said he was on the phone with them for 4 minutes. How come we haven't heard those 911 tapes? We've seen the tape where Junior comes back into the deli. I didn't see anybody with a phone to their ear. I didn't see nobody offer him aid. It's just something could have been done. And someone left a comment in my last video. It's like I'm blaming the owner of the bodega and not the thugs. I'm not blaming the owner of the bodega that this happened. I'm blaming him for not doing more. And he did, like he said, that if he and his partner would have helped, there would be candle memorials for them too. So he was thinking about himself. Okay? He was thinking about himself, his family, his life. But I just feel as far as if they didn't want to get involved, and if they didn't want to get into a physical altercation, I still feel they could have done more to help that boy. I really do. They could have put pressure on the wound. Somebody could have carried him to the, because it literally was a block away. They could have put him in a car. And I don't know. I just feel that they could have done more. And how come we're not hearing any more about the police that was just standing there? I really feel, and this is sad, but this story's going to go away, guys. It is. Because the news coverage of it is getting... It was more. It's not as much. We'll just see highlights of when something happens in court. I don't know if it's a bigger agenda because President Trump has been involved with the MS-13, having his meetings. And I don't know. I've never seen any other president get so involved in local matters. I wish I would see something. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I wish more of our elected officials on town officials, senators, governors. It has to be, something has to be done about these gangs. Why are these kids turning to the gangs? I don't know if it's the drug epidemic where the parents are on drugs and the kids just, they just look to somebody to be a family. I don't know what the answer is, but this is nothing new and they've been going on for a long time. So what are we going to do about it? There was another stabbing on the Parkway in the Bronx. And they're saying that was related to this. And this boy was 14 years old. He lost a kidney. And we don't even hear too much about that story. I guess because he survived. You know what I mean? I really don't know what's going on, but something has definitely got to change. Something has definitely got to change. And I really don't understand why this happened, and I don't understand the purpose. I'm trying to understand. I don't want to question God, but I'm trying to understand the purpose. So, if the purpose is, if Junior had to be sacrificed for the greater good, so they could just crack down on these gangs. But I don't know. I really feel that the money's in the prison system, and I don't know. I really don't know what to say, but I'm not buying the news story. The news story is that they were out looking for rivals, and because Junior ran, they chased him. He was in his neighborhood. Why would he run because he sees a car? Why would he run? If me and you go outside and we're walking down a block, a car drives by, we're going to start running? I tried to play the devil's advocate. Did one of them hold a machete out of the window? Did one of them say something to him to scare him? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to release those footage of him running. And frankly, I don't know if I want to see them, because seeing him bleed to death in front of the hospital, I still have that picture in my mind. Seeing him being dragged out, holding on to that door, I still have that image in my mind. Him being hacked at like he was nothing, I still have that thought in my mind. Seeing his mother have to say goodbye, and his father. A lot of people don't speak about the father, but he's been there. I feel sorry for him because he lost a son as well. He said he lost his best friend, but when you hear in the news, or even if you read an article, they only speak of the mother. So, parents, I think of both of them. Him having to carry his child's casket out of the church. I have two sons. I don't even want to think that. So I really don't know. I don't know what you guys think about how they're saying the motive changed, and how they're protecting these prisons. I guess they're doing what they have to do. But what are we going to do to protect our kids that are on the street, that are just minding their business, afraid to go outside, or you can't even let them go outside? So something's really, really got to change. But I really hope that this just doesn't fade away like it never happened. There are beautiful murals that were done in New York City for him. That's nice. But they've done other. But I just feel that this is just eventually going to change, and people are going to go back to life as normal. And that's really, really sad. So we have to do something. We have the power when we go vote. These politicians want our vote. They have to do something to make our neighborhoods safer. It can't be, oh, that's just the hood, or that's just don't go over there, stay out of that neighborhood. Why can't every neighborhood be the same? Why can't every neighborhood treat every school district, not just the schools for the upper middle class and wealthy, but why can't everybody have the same? No one's safe right now, because in some of the prominent neighborhoods, they have school shootings. So nobody's the same. We have to do something, because our youth, they're our future, and something is going on. Something is going on trying to steal and destroy our youth. It's just really sad, y'all. This is really, really, really sad, and it's really, really affected me. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.